Good afternoon, agents. We're going to do a refresher. This is about 6 months in on the new February 2025 listing agreement, which was a change from the August 2024 listing agreement. There have been a couple of incidences that have come up this week alone, and I want to pinpoint and discuss. On page 2 of the exclusive right to sell, line 45, it states, owner agrees to pay listing broker compensation of, line 46, it gives either a percentage or a purchase price. So what I want to discuss there is that it states, owner agrees to pay the listing broker. You can do this as the document reads and just put down on line 46 what the listing agent is going to be receiving or what you're negotiating with the seller. You could also, based on your communication with the seller, go to section 10 on line 7 of the listing agreement, lines 283 through 296, and explain if the seller has agreed to have an offering of compensation, dollar-wise, percentage-wise, etc., to that co-broke agent. You can spell everything out in section 10 on page 7. So I'm just going to turn the page around for just a moment and just show you. This is mine, and this is my section 10 on how detailed I get regarding this particular conversation and situation. So just know that if the seller is wanting to make an offering, that you can spell everything out in this section. They can give you guidelines on how they want that delivered, etc., but just know, please spell it out that way. The next one is on the listing contract addendum, and I've mentioned this before. I think that this is one of the most valuable changes that came about with the new forms last August 2024. So the listing contract addendum will give you the opportunity to make changes on your broker compensation. So if the compensation goes up or down during the communication of the negotiation, you can use this, lines 8, 9, and 10, to make changes. Expiration. If the listing has expired or is getting ready to expire, please use the listing contract addendum, line number 11, to make the changes needed. One single piece of paper, not an entire new listing agreement. Line 12, other modified or additional terms. So again, this is a single page, broad brush on changes that you can make. In addition, we have the cancellation. So line 17. The owner and the broker agree to mutually terminate the listing contract effective immediately. Neither party shall have any further rights, duties, or obligations under the listing contract, and mutually release each other from all liabilities, claims, and causes of action related to the listing contract. That's one of the boxes. The second box, line 21 and 22, owner and broker agree to mutually terminate the listing contract effective immediately upon the following terms and conditions. So we have had some agents that the owner, seller, has requested that the listing be removed from the MLS. They don't want it to go temporarily off the market, canceled. They want to withdraw it. That's an option. You could use canceled and withdraw, but the key here is that if you are negotiating to keep your contract in place and just remove it from the MLS, this is where it needs to be spelled out. Lines 23 through 26. This is an important document, so please make sure to be familiar with the form that is a year old now, but very valuable. Any questions, please let me know. I'm here for you. Keep up the great work.